Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I need to make a true crime song. That's a good idea. I need to make another AI song. I had to throw in something in there. Write one. Or not write one, but have AI write one. That's a good idea. Thank you. Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of True Crime Tuesday with your host, me, Feminine and Fierce. I hope you guys are locked in and ready. You guys know how we always start this off with 2 rounds of the mugshot game. Facebook, if you're on Facebook, once those games are over, then I will be turning you off. So if you want to come on over, all you have to do is scroll out of the or get out of the live that you're in and then scroll up on Feminine and Fierce 2.0. Click the link. It's the very first post on the page. Click that link. You can come on over. Yeah, Lakita, I hope you feel better. You can come on over, enter, well, I would say enter the chat at your own risk. It's not as bad in true crime as it is malarkey. There's only 2 rules here. No spoiler alerts. So if you see something pop up and you know the story in and out, please don't spoil it for anybody else. At the end of the video, if there's something that wasn't in there that you would like us to know, that's perfectly fine while we're having the discussion. Just don't spoil it. And 2, no malarkey. This is a no malarkey zone. That means no Maybay, no Brandy, no Tati, no nothing to do with no Ivan, nothing to do with it. We keep this a malarkey free zone. This is only about true crime. But if you're interested in malarkey, come back. I just did a live earlier, and then I'll be doing another live about 10:30 or 11. So definitely come back and join for that. All right, let's start it out here with this game. Oh, this is a fun one. This is matching. I love the support. Yes, I love the support too. I love it. I can't wait till you have Baby Outlaw. I'm so excited. All right, so this is a fun one because we have to match the criminal, which of course everybody is presumed innocent until found guilty. So these people have been charged with crimes. These are the weapons of choice. We have a pumpkin, a dog bone, deodorant, a mop, and looks like a CPAP machine. Scorpio needs one of those, and Whitney. All right, so here's how we do it. 1 through 5 are the people. So we got he's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we decide what did they use. Who do you think used the pumpkin? Who used the mop? Who used the bone? You let me know. I'll randomly pick them out of your all's guesses, and then we'll go from there. Pumpkin number 5. I see that already. Pumpkin number 5. 3 is the mop. All right. Oh, I just saw yours under the maze, FBI. Bone is number 2. So all we got left, deodorant and CPAP. Deodorant and CPAP. What do we got? What do we got? While I work to pull this up. Yes, oh, you think 1 is the bone, and you think CPAP is 3. You think 4 is the bone. All right, all we got left right now is deodorant and CPAP. Who thinks the CPAP? Oh, you said deodorant. Yeah, but deodorant was 3. We already got 3. Oh, you think CPAP is number 1? All right, deodorant. There we go. What do we got? Oh, 2 out of 5. All right, number 1 was the bone. Number 2 was the pumpkin. Number 3 was the mop. You guys got the mop right. Number 4 was the deodorant, and number 5 was the CPAP. You guys know, I want to know these stories. I want to know what the hell they did with the damn CPAP. They probably just threw it across the room. They probably threw it across the damn room. Dang, look at us. At least we didn't get 0 like last time. Jeez. We got double zeros last time, you guys. Let's go on this page. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, let's do this one. Occupation. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 at the top. These are their occupations. So we got a massage therapist. You got the CPAP one? Go, sissy. Massage therapist, attorney, wedding planner, a poet and didn't know it. Well, they know it because it's their job. And a funeral home cremator. Oh, this is a little different. So, what are their jobs, y'all? You tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Who are they? Wedding number 3. All right. That one might, if it is her, that would probably be the easiest because she's the female. Ooh, wedding planner 3. We got that. Ooh, you think the woman is the attorney? Okay. 5 is the attorney. Okay. Who is the poet? 1 is the massage therapist. I see you said attorney number 1. Remember that, madams. 3's already chosen, so we got number 2 and number 4. And funeral home and poets. 4 is the poet. That means number 2 is the cremator. Oh, 2 out of 5 again. We got the cremator. All right, so here we go. The wedding planner is number 1. Wedding planner number 1, you guys. Number 2, funeral home director. Number 3, whoever said the attorney was the woman was right. Number 4 is the poet, and he knows it. That's better. And number 5 is the massage therapist. Look at that. I wouldn't have guessed him being the wedding planner. But somebody did say she was an attorney, that she looked like an attorney. Well, there you go. We got that today. We got both 2 out of 5. You knew it, Tanya. You did. All right, Facebook. That's where the road ends for you. If you don't come over, we'll see you next time. Bye, Facebook. All right. Let me get this lined up here. Let's see. Get these first couple videos rolling out. Um, okay. Watch this. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Hey, hey, there's no way that man could massage me. Yeah. I always wonder if they have good, maybe they have good hands or something. Maybe they have good business. Okay, you guys remember the case that we talked about where the man called in and said that he had um three, well, what is it? Two of his children? No, three of his children and a stepchild in the trunk of his car, and the 3-year-old he left alive. Then when they arrested him, he said that there was another baby that was 1 month old that was in the woods. There's been an update on the case, so I wanted to share it with you guys.
In the trunk of his car for months in the family's garage. Arlene Athens joins us live tonight with those latest developments. These search warrants, Elena, some pretty shocking details out of there.
Yeah, Dewan, we know that a series of search warrants were filed after the discovery was made in that house. Investigators filing to search and seize 2 cell phones as well as 6 tablets that were found inside of that home. Johnson County investigators filed new search warrants this past week in the case against Wellington Dickens III. The father allegedly killed his 3 children and a stepson. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says he stuffed their bodies in a vehicle trunk and allowed them to decompose. Investigators say he was communicating on the dating app Grindr and that there were several text messages with other individuals that suggest they frequented the home during the time span the murders were taking place, and also being physically present in the home where they were decomposing corpses. Dickens called 911 this past October and said he had a horrible confession.
I murdered my children, not all of them. Okay. I had one that I accidentally killed first by hitting her excessively. Okay. And I was nervous about her, and I was trying to manipulate my children and making them make a decision that I was supposed to make.
Dickens explained the children were killed over several months. It happened after his wife died of natural causes, according to an autopsy report.
I was just out of my mind. Nobody made me do nothing. It was all me.
So investigators requested in another search warrant to search a wooded area by the home where Dickens claimed he allegedly killed an infant. An infant had died, rather, and had been buried. That's the very latest live outside the Raleigh Eyewitness News Center. Elena Athens, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Crazy, right? And they were there during those times. He had them in the house while the kids in the, I can't imagine, in the trunk. Uh-uh-uh. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I was sending a text message to my son. Crazy, right? Like the whole time, and he's on Grinder. But see, after he was arrested, he told them that he found that there would be a 1-month-old out in the woods, but I don't think they ever found the baby. Because if you guys remember, and I wonder if they're gonna investigate the mother, because if you guys remember, they had a baby, and then shortly after her having the baby, she passed away also. So I'm wondering if they will look into the investigation. I haven't heard, I don't think, what her cause of death was, but I just think it's wild that he was on Grinder and they have a baby. The baby allegedly passes away. The mother passes away, and then he admits to killing um 4 children. I mean, I can only imagine what that little 3-year-old that stayed alive, um, what they're gonna have to go through and the trauma that that's gonna leave them with. I mean, your whole family gone, and you were the sole survivor. Uh, mm, that's a rough one right there. Okay, loading up the next video, guys. Hold on. Hang on 1 second, guys. Trying to pull up this next one. Okay, here we go. I wonder who has the 3-year-old. I don't know. I would assume, I don't know if family would, or because obviously the mom has passed away also. So I would assume either his or her family or in the system,
You're with
sadly.
us. Tonight, we begin with new information in the case of an 11-year-old Perry County boy accused of killing his father.
Police say the boy, Clayton Dietz, shot and killed his father, Douglas Dietz, inside their home on South Market Street in Duncannon. We have team coverage, and we begin with Sarah Wilson, who is live in Duncannon. Sarah?
Alicia, Dennis, good evening to you. Just hours before this all happened, the boy's mother posted on Facebook wishing her 11-year-old son happy birthday. Court documents show that the family celebrated around midnight, but around 3 a.m., tragedy would hit. Police say what began as a birthday celebration for 11-year-old Clayton Dietz ended hours later with his father, 42-year-old Douglas Dietz, dead, allegedly shot by the boy himself.
This is a very sad situation, and it's a situation that will take quite some time to work its way through the court system.
Clayton was charged with criminal homicide on his 11th birthday, just hours after celebrating with his parents at midnight. According to court documents, the shooting happened around 3 a.m. Tuesday. Clayton's mother, Jillian Dietz, told police that she and her husband Douglas had gone to bed. She woke up to a, quote, bang. That's when she turned on her bedroom lights and found Clayton standing in the closet. She told police that her son said, quote, he's dead. But there is plenty about this case we still do not know. No comment. Perry County District Attorney Clay Maris didn't fill in any of those blanks today. But according to court documents, Clayton's mom says he was upset when he was told to go to bed and had his Nintendo Switch taken away. He admitted to police that he got the key to the gun from his father's drawer. And that is when police say the boy told them that he went inside that safe looking for his Nintendo Switch and instead got the gun, took it out, and allegedly shot his father in the head.
When a juvenile is charged with murder, they automatically begin as charged as an adult.
Which is the case for Clayton right now, but that could change through what's called decertification.
And decertification is a filing where the defense tries to say the individual should be prosecuted in the juvenile justice system for a variety of reasons.
That's up to a judge, and whatever they decide will make a huge difference.
The big difference is that the adult court system, if someone is convicted of first-degree murder, they have a much longer sentence. Because this is a juvenile, the juvenile does not automatically get life without the possibility of parole. That law changed a number of years ago.
And again, that will be up to a judge. The attorney you just heard from is not Clayton's attorney, but he tells me that he has tried other cases like this in the past. He says it is possible more charges could be coming in a case like this. That does include the possibility of first-degree murder. We're live in Duncannon. Sarah Wilson, ABC.
Crazy. I can't imagine 11 years old. From what I'm gathering is I guess it was his birthday, he got the console, and then I guess he got in trouble, so they took it away from him. Um, and that's where the issue started. This one has a little bit more. Electronics are evil, right? Jail only puts the mental behavior on him. Okay, let's see. I think this is a more in-depth. It might have some of the same stuff.
Thank you for joining me for 21 Next. So I want to go ahead and talk about a story that is trending on our website right now. It's about
I didn't,
a
madam,
kid
but I'll look for it for
who
sure.
right now is involved in a pretty disturbing charges and allegations. So court records are revealing what actually led up to a shooting that ended up claiming the life of a central Pennsylvania man and had an 11-year-old actually charged with homicide. So I'm talking about Clayton Dietz. So he was actually celebrating his 11th birthday the same day of the shooting and was looking for a Nintendo Switch, which was kind of like a gaming console. Now that gaming console was actually previously taken away from him according to court docs. And then he ended up finding a revolver according to an affidavit. And then authorities confirmed that 42-year-old Douglas Dietz ended up being found deceased shortly after 3 o'clock overnight at a home on South Market Street. And that's where CBS 21's Lily Sexton has been throughout the day today, talking with neighbors, speaking with people who actually knew the family. So Lily, kind of break down, what exactly did you hear about both of the two?
When I first arrived to the scene, neighbors were surrounding the area. Everyone very shocked that this happened in their neighborhood and to the Dietz family. The neighbors that knew the family pretty well described everyone in the family being very kind. Their direct neighbor was telling me about how the boy would often come over and offer to play with the neighbor's dogs, always treated him with kindness, calling him sir, and he was very shocked that this type of incident would happen to someone that he thought he knew very well.
Yeah, I mean, did he mention anything about seeing the scene the day that this all allegedly took place?
So he said that he woke up to the sound of sirens. He didn't hear the gunshot. And again, because he knew this family very well, he thought that it could have been an accident involving the grandmother that lived in the home, that she had maybe fallen, or that it was some kind of accident that didn't involve violence. And he was shocked to hear that, according to court documents, it involved this 11-year-old killing his father.
Yeah, and then you said there was more that actually happened after that the affidavit revealed. Kind of go into those details as well.
The mother spoke about in the interview room that the child initially hid in the And again, because he knew this family very well,
My
he
bad,
thought
y'all.
that
I
it
hit the
could have
wrong
been an
button.
accident involving the grandmother that lived in the home, that she had maybe fallen, or that it was some kind of accident that didn't involve violence. And he was shocked to hear that, according to court documents, it involved this 11-year-old killing his father.
Yeah, and then you said there was more that actually happened after that the affidavit revealed. Kind of go into those details as well.
The mother spoke about in the interview room that the child initially hid in the closet, but then when she turned the light on, the child came out and confessed that he killed his father according to the documents, and ran downstairs saying that his dad is dead. The documents also say that he confessed that to the police officers as well, and now that child is in custody.
Wow. And then also court documents said that the wife tried to nudge Douglas, who is now deceased, to try to get him to wake up. And then she said she heard what sounded like water dripping, turned on the light, found it
Sound like water dripping. That is so we don't know this just happened. So I'm wondering if something else will come out. Also, and I know people don't like to blame things on video games, and I don't think it's the video game by itself, but I do think that it can feed into certain things that may already be there. So we're not sure that, there's isn't more behind the rage. It sounds like the dad had taken away the console and put it in the safe, which was also where the pew pew was. And so when the son got in there and unlocked it, he said he got the key from his dad's, I guess, drawer or whatever. And when he went in there to get the game console, he saw the pew pew, but not the game console. So then he grabbed the pew pew. It's awful. I can't 11 years old.
was blood. I mean, really, just the details in this affidavit are so just disturbing to even just read about. What's the mood like in that area? It seems like a close-knit community.
Yeah, and a lot of the neighbors that were speaking to me, again, very shocked that this all happened. The direct neighbor was telling me that, knowing the son, he was thinking it had to have been some kind of accident, and this was all before we got the court documents and we got all of these details. So again, just shocked. And when I first arrived, in addition to the police lining the streets, there were neighbors lining the streets in their cars, everyone stopping by trying to figure out what happened, and why it could have happened.
Yeah, and you said police were lining the street, so it sounds like the investigation is still ongoing. What does it look like now? What does that seem like now?
So that scene I was describing was yesterday when we were on the scene. Today there are not really a police presence, and the family has put up signs saying no trespassing, kind of asking for privacy in this moment.
Wow, wow. Perfect. Any other questions that you want answered too as this investigation unfolds? Lily, any other questions that you want answers to as this investigation unfolds?
Sir, you froze up there. Any more questions? Well, we do think there will be a preliminary hearing for this trial later this month, and I think a lot of the questions as to like why this happened could be answered then. The child may be tried as an adult, so again, we're going to be able to have access to the details of this, and I think we'll have more of our questions answered once it enters the court system.
Yeah, Clayton, we also know he was denied
must be on
bail. He was
StreamYard.
taken into custody right now in connection to that shooting. So right now he is in custody. But really, I mean, just this affidavit, like I said, it was just a lot reading through it. I have it here now. Authorities also noted, too, that Clayton had a large contusion above his left eye and a small laceration near the middle of his lower lip as well. So we have people weighing in right now as we're talking about this online. Sarah, if you could pop up that comment again, our digital producer. This is something that has a lot of people talking. Like I said, it is trending on our website. Someone said, hello, everyone. Rest in peace to the father. Absolutely heartbreaking. Valerie, you are right. This is something that has definitely captured a lot of people's attention as we continue to report on this. Someone else said, I really hope they run a mental evaluation too. So just a lot of details in this as well. Authorities also noted that Clayton said that he and his parents had a good day together, but he got mad when Douglas told him that he needed to go to bed. And then they also went on to say, as the conversation continued, authorities asked Clayton what he thought would happen when he shot the gun, to which Clayton said he was mad and had not considered that. Yeah, so really encourage you to go to our website, look through the details in this as we lay them all out. Also look forward to Lily's report too, so you can hear more from the neighbors as well. Lily, anything you want to say before we wrap up?
They're definitely on StreamYard.
Okay, it
y'all.
seems like we're having some technical difficulties. I know it's not a good connection right now where Lily is. So thank you for watching 21 Next. Make sure you join us today at 5 and 6 o'clock so you can see Lily's.
So there's a little bit more backstory on kind of more of what happened when everything was going down. Also, I wanted to show you guys, I did find, I don't know, madams, if this is the update you're talking about, but hopefully it covers some of it. Let's see. Damn volume. Oh, the volume's right here. Why the hell ain't it saying nothing?
Well, it for me, from an investigative standpoint, it would seem to imply that there was maybe intent to disguise himself. And listen, we live in a world right now.
Okay. So the ex-husband of the Ohio dentist's wife charged in the couple's murders had a fake address, non-existent phone number on file with his former employer, leading a forensic scientist to believe that he was trying to disguise himself before the alleged killings. This is the update. If you guys remember, the couple that was found murdered in their home, and they have since found out that it was her ex-husband that was the suspect. Michael David McKee, he was arrested on January 10th after he murdered a couple in Columbus, Ohio. Police officers responded to the house located in Columbus neighborhood around 10 a.m. on December 30th, and they found Spencer and Monique Tepe, 39, both dead with pew-pew wounds. McKee was her ex-husband, but they're saying now that he disguised himself. Is that what you were talking about, madams? I was trying to find a better video on it, but I couldn't. Let's see if I can find a better one. But yeah, he had given all of these this fake information. Let's see if this is a better one. Hell no, it's the same damn one. What this is. Hold on. Oh well, there's an ad, so that's good. Also, they say because he was a doctor as well. He was a surgeon.
Homicide in Columbus that has drawn national attention.
After an Ohio dentist and his wife were gruesomely gunned down just 2 weeks after their 5th wedding anniversary, there was one question on everyone's mind: why? Now, an ex-FBI agent is suggesting that a years-long, deep-seated resentment and hatred is to blame for the sickening act, as the couple's grieving family reveals they are not surprised by an arrest in the case. Here's what you need to know. Spencer Tepe and his wife Monique were found dead in their Columbus home on December 30th, soon after celebrating their anniversary, authorities said. Spencer, who was 37 years old, suffered multiple gunshot wounds, while Monique, who was 39, was shot at least once in the chest, according to police records. Their 2 children, a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son, were found unharmed inside the home. The violent attack happened between 2 and 5 a.m. in the upstairs of the home, cops said. No gun was discovered at the scene, and there was no sign of forced entry. Chilling 911 calls offered further insight into the horrific scene, as frantic friends who rushed to the house for a wellness check saw a bloody...
What if we could connect people to new possibilities?
I hate that.
Turn thinking into a way forward.
body and heard a child scream, and Spencer's employer called 911 after becoming alarmed that he hadn't shown up for work.
This individual, Spencer, works with me, and he did not show up to work this morning, and we cannot get a hold of him or his family. Like, he is always on time, and he would contact us if there was any issues whatsoever. I just don't know how else to say this. Like, we're very, very concerned because this is very out of character.
As police searched for a suspect, they released eerie surveillance footage showing a person of interest walking down an alley near the couple's home around the time of the killings, though Spencer's brother-in-law soon poured cold water on the importance of the figure in an interview with News Nation.
I do think, suspicious looking person there. It also very well could be, somebody walking home drunk from a bar.
Then finally, on Saturday, January 10th, authorities announced a break. Police had arrested a suspect in the murders, Monique's ex-husband, Michael David McKee. Columbus investigators reportedly tracked a vehicle that arrived in the Wayneland Park neighborhood where the couple lived before the double killing and later left for Rockford, Illinois, and identified that McKee owned the car. McKee worked as a vascular surgeon in a practice in the Rockford area where his vehicle was found. The 39-year-old doctor from Chicago married Monique in 2015. She then filed for divorce in May 2017 before marrying Spencer in 2020. While court records indicate the divorce was amicable, an ex-FBI agent has now raised a theory that McKee's anger was quietly brewing the entire time.
They were married for such a brief time, only 7 months. And so that is strange, but I think it was a deep-seated resentment and hate that just built up and finally came to this conclusion.
Meanwhile, the couple's families say they are not surprised by the arrest, with a relative revealing to the Daily Mail that they all expected the husband was to blame, but noted that they stayed mum throughout the probe so they wouldn't compromise the investigation. It was absolutely not a shock to anybody, the unidentified family member said.
Damn. So I had covered this story right when it first happened. They didn't even know that it was the ex-husband when I covered it. So I just wanted to give that update. But they're saying now that he had given his employers, non-traceable numbers, fake addresses, all kinds of things so that he would be basically disguised when he did things. But they said that he fought a malpractice lawsuit. And all, I mean, like, he's just been in all kinds of stuff. A video. Oh, no. Oh, did you guys see there was a mother accused of shooting her 11-month-old son after a judge ordered she give up custody? Prosecutors say what should have been a painful but ordinary handoff between parents instead turned into a cross-state flight and a fatal pew-pew to a baby boy. Now that the mother is jailed on a first-degree murder charge and a family court dispute has become a criminal case that raises hard questions about how custody battles can spiral. At the center of it all, 35-year-old Madeline Daly, her infant son, and the child's father, Jake Stoner. Investigators say Daly chose death over losing custody, a decision that has stunned even seasoned law enforcement and left relatives trying to make sense of how a legal fight over parenting ended with an 11-month-old gone. According to investigators, the chain of events started in a family courtroom, not a crime scene. Earlier this year, a judge granted custody of 11-month-old Basil Stoner to his father, Jake Stoner, in Wyoming. That decision meant Daly, who had been caring for the baby, was supposed to return him to Stoner. Instead of complying, authorities say she packed up and left the state with the child, turning a civil order into a start of a criminal investigation. Ugh. Daly, who was 35, did not simply miss a handoff or delay a return. She allegedly fled with Basil in defiance of the custody ruling, cutting off the father's access to his son and forcing law enforcement to start tracking her movements. The boy, 11 months old, when his father took him out of Wyoming. Let's see. Once she left Wyoming, they say the case stopped looking like a bitter custody dispute and started looking like a manhunt. They eventually traced her to New Mexico, where she was found in an RV park with the baby. By the time officers reached the scene, the 11-month-old had been pew-pewed with a handgun and was critically injured. Desperate attempt to save him before he died on the way to the hospital. They say that she shot her son because she did not want to give up custody. That's crazy. States she told investigators she did not want to return the child to his father, a statement that, if proven in court, could be central to the state's argument that this was not a tragic accident, but a calculated choice. First, she got charged with first-degree murder and child abuse charges. So bad. She felt that she was saving him. That's terrible. Sorry, I thought it was a video, but it wasn't. Okay. 11-month-old. All right, let me get to this. Oh. It was just an article, so I just went ahead and read it to y'all. But that is awful, just because she doesn't want to give up custody. Like, that's not that baby's fault that you lost custody. Okay. So this is also an update on a case that we covered. If you guys remember the case of Mimi, she was the little girl that was found in the tote outside an abandoned home. Let me do it this way. I covered this a little while back. If you guys remember, she was actually in the basement when the police came for a wellness check.
A new autopsy report has just been released in the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia, the little girl found in a...
And as I always say, trigger warning, all true crime cases are trigger warnings. This one is especially rough, especially for anybody that has children themselves. So, trigger warning.
Storage tote after what police say was a year-long cover-up by her own family. The findings inside are shocking, revealing exactly what was in her body when she died and giving new disturbing insight into the unimaginable suffering that police say this little girl endured in her final days. We have the findings that are changing this case. An 11-year-old girl in Connecticut. Her name, Jacqueline Torres Garcia. Everyone called her Mimi. This was the girl whose body was found in a storage tote behind an abandoned house last fall. And the people accused of her murder and that year-long cover-up, her own mom, her aunt, and her mom's boyfriend. Now, we've been tracking every detail in this case, the alleged starvation, the use of zip ties, the body being reportedly hidden in the basement, and the lies that police say all three of these people, her mom, Carla Garcia, her mom's boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, and her aunt, Jacqueline Garcia, told them, and Child Services. But now the official autopsy report is out, and it is painting the most detailed and frankly, the most devastating picture yet of what exactly police are saying that this little girl had to endure in her final moments and what was going on inside her body when she died. Now, we're talking about a single specific piece of food found in her stomach. We're talking about drugs in her system, drugs that she was reportedly never prescribed, and a weight so shockingly low, it defies belief. Now, we the details of this new report and what it means for the case against the three people charged in her death. I want you to remember that this story unraveled in October of last year. Police in New Britain, Connecticut got a tip about something suspicious behind a vacant house. And then they go check it out. And that's when they find the storage tote. And inside of it, the remains of 11-year-old Jacqueline Torres Garcia. Her family.
Yes, this case reminds me 100%. This reminds me of Gabriel Hernandez, because everybody... let me write that down. No, I think somebody else mentioned the Sullivan case. I'll definitely take a look at it. But this definitely reminds me of Gabriel Hernandez, because the children and families failed her as well.
Family called her Mimi. But this is where the gut punches begin. The first one, based on the condition of her body, investigators believed that she had been dead for roughly a year, an entire year, and no one reported her missing. So the question immediately became, who was she with? And the answer led right back to her own family. Mimi had been living with her mom, Carla Garcia, and her mom's boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, as well as her aunt, Jacqueline Garcia. Now, according to the arrest warrants that would soon come out, this was not a home. It was a torture chamber. Police allege that Mimi was starved, zip-tied as punishment, forced to stand in a corner where she would soil herself. They say the adults in her life did this to her. And when she died, which investigators believe happened in the fall of 2024, they allege that the family did not call for help. They say that they actually hid her body in the basement of their home in Farmington, Connecticut, an apartment that they had in the city next to New Britain. where Mimi's body would be found. Now, the smell inside that home, it got so bad that according to police, the adults responsible, they started staying in hotels. Then, when they moved to a place in New Britain, they allegedly moved Mimi's body with them before finally dumping that tote behind the abandoned house in New Britain. Now, once the body was found, the arrest came fast. You had Carla Garcia and Jonathan Anita. They were hit with murder charges. Then the aunt, Jacqueline Garcia, she was charged with cruelty and risk of injury for allegedly witnessing and even participating in the abuse. 3 family members, all behind bars, all accused of playing a role in the death and disappearance of this little girl. Now, that is the horrific foundation of this case, but the story does not end with the arrest. In fact, that's when some of the most chilling details started to come out, because now the official autopsy report has been released, and it is giving us a detailed snapshot of the evidence that prosecutors may be working with as they build what appears to be an incredibly strong case against all 3 of the people who are charged with Mimi's murder, as well as charged with the alleged cover-up for Mimi's murder. So let's start with something that, frankly, will stop you cold, because according to the autopsy report that was obtained by News 8 WTNH TV in New Haven, Connecticut, when 11-year-old Mimi was found, 11 years old, she weighed just 27 pounds. For perspective, that is the average weight of a healthy 2-year-old. She was 4 feet 8 inches. The medical examiner noted a, quote, near absence of subcutaneous fat and severe muscle wasting. Now, the report goes deeper into Mimi's final moments. First, the contents of her stomach after what police described as weeks of starvation. The autopsy states that there was 1 single blueberry in her stomach. That is it. 1 blueberry. Then there's the toxicology. The report found amphetamine in her system, a stimulant drug. And the critical note from the medical examiner quoted in the report, quote, there is no record she was ever prescribed this medication or diagnosed with a condition that would require it. So the autopsy also showed that she had an antihistamine in her system. Now, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner ruled the official cause of death as fatal child abuse with starvation and the manner homicide. Now, why were there drugs in her system, and what was their role in her final days? Now, with these 3 in custody, you would think the shocking twist would stop, but this case isn't just about what happened inside that home. It is about how the system allegedly manipulated for over a year to keep this little girl and her story hidden. And it starts with the agency that is meant to protect her. According to documents that we have reviewed, this family was known to Connecticut's Department of Children and Families after Mimi was pulled from school in August 2024, which investigators now believe was around the time of her death. Her mom, Carla Garcia, told authorities that the girl was being homeschooled and was out of state, but DCF wanted to check. So months after police believed that Mimi had died, DCF scheduled a video wellness check. And according to DCF, Carla Garcia didn't just lie. She allegedly used another child to pretend to be Mimi Torres on the call. Think about that, using one child to impersonate another who you allegedly killed to fool the state's child protection agency. But the alleged deception did not stop at hiding her death. Police say it turned into a way to profit from it. And this is where some new charges have come in, because Carla Garcia and Jonathan Anita are now facing additional felony charges for fraud. According to investigators, Garcia continued to collect SNAP benefits, food assistance, for Jacqueline for months after the girl's death. Police say that in January 2025, Garcia submitted forms to renew those benefits, listing Jacqueline as part of her household. Now, this was 3 months after they believed the girl was killed. Now, Nanita is charged because Garcia reported him as part of the household while he was allegedly receiving his own separate benefits. He is accused of taking nearly $2,900 in fraudulent aid. Now, the new charges are conspiracy to commit larceny and making false statements. Now, we have the body cam video from those arrests. First, the Garcia sisters.
This is in Connecticut, New Britain. New Britain, Connecticut. Oh.
How you doing, Jacqueline?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, wait. Same
It's
person.
me. Yeah. Turn around.
Why?
Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest.
For what? Hard.
We'll explain to you.
Can you grab my phone?
Yeah, we can grab your phone for you.
It's in the room.
Here.
No, not that one.
I appreciate you being cooperative, okay? Let me...
I'm just wondering.
I'll explain everything. You good?
Yeah.
You comfortable here? Whoops. Is that okay for right now?
That baby wasn't comfortable. I wouldn't give a shit.
You got anything on you?
No.
No?
But can you please just grab my phone?
Yeah, where is it?
It's
That's
on
right. Which one's that?
This one.
Well, that's your phone?
No, it's in my
Oh, whose phone is that?
That's my friend's.
Okay. Hey, just have a seat. Good?
Yeah, I would think so, Vicky. You never know. Yeah, what a failure in the system. It's awful.
Thank you.
Yeah, all three of them. Just wait until the sister says her part. It's crazy. They all got arrested.
Get back to the she brought the puppies back?
Yeah.
All right. You got shoes on, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true, Laura. And they did get info.
Wait, it's gonna be cold, right?
A little bit.
Can you get my sweater?
Yeah, for now we can get you one.
My sweater's in there.
Yeah, where's it at?
Wait, where's my black sweater from? No, it's not that one. It's a Nike one.
This is actual direction that she gave us. So it's the same stuff.
Jacqueline, where would it be?
Can I get up?
Well, it's not in here other than the closet.
My sweater.
Sweatshirt.
I have some in my. Oh wait, check if it's on my sister's bureau.
On the bureau?
You can tell they're up north when they say bureau.
Can I just give you this red one?
All right, let me fast forward.
Is it?
Put it over here.
You want to like put it over your
Yeah,
head?
put it over my head.
In
the front.
Yeah, we'll adjust them when we get up. You're gonna go into a warm car anyway. So yeah, we got heat in the car. Huh?
Careful, yeah.
Yeah, just go slow when we get to the stairs. I don't know where.
Right, exactly, Teresa.
Are we transporting any, or they're going to do the whole thing?
They were getting food stamps. They were getting SNAP benefits for the little girl. It's not like they couldn't afford to feed the baby. Found with one blueberry. One blueberry. And again, they were getting state assistance to feed the child. So in my opinion, there should be, and I understand it's hard out here to buy groceries and stuff like that, but they were getting state assistance. They could have figured it out somehow. I would starve before my baby starved. And you can clearly tell that they weren't starving themselves.
Here, Jacqueline, go ahead. Hold on, I'm tall. I'm old
That's
and tall,
right,
so
Jerry.
I'll give you more room, all right?
That part.
Wasn't calm. Now, a day later, Jonathan Nanita's arrest. This wasn't calm. This was a struggle.
Oh, I'm dead! I'm going! Go! Oh! You got a gun? Oh! Got your hands! Give your hands! Give me your hands! Give us your hands! Hold on.
This is why he was beat up.
You got one leg stuck.
Okay. You got cuffs? You got cuffs?
Hold on.
Move
My
this.
feet! Pull them out. Pull them out.
My face.
Cuffs. Hold on.
Put them in cuffs. Put them in cuffs first.
My face! I know. My face!
Don't fight.
My face! I can't feel my face. I'm bleeding.
Hold on. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan what?
Nanita.
No, it's not. What is it?
Jonathan Nanita. It's Jonathan Nanita, I swear. Ah!
Want to pull him out?
Ah!
Pull him out. Hey, drag him to you.
Ah!
Drag him to you.
Ah! Ah!
One.
Ah!
Go to me. Sit up.
Ah!
Yeah, I'll call dispatch right now.
Ah!
Just use that.
Ah!
Look at me. Let me see your face.
Ah! We'll call medics.
They got him. He wasn't giving
Why'd
it
you
up
guys
easy.
kick me and beat me up?
Give us your hands.
I put you in
Right,
handcuffs, dude.
Susan.
Dude, y'all beat me up. I didn't beat you up. Yes, y'all did, bro. Listen, bro, you'll
Look
get
at
checked
his
out. Don't
face.
you worry about it. Come on, bro. Y'all didn't have to do that, though. I was gonna turn myself in. Y'all didn't have to do that. Turn yourself in. You guys didn't have to do any of that. You should turn yourself in a while ago. I was gonna say I was. You guys didn't have to do any of that, man.
Well, she had been unalived for a year. But they had kept her in a tote in the basement. And then when they moved, they were staying in a hotel because the smell was so bad. And then when they moved from that apartment, allegedly she told this guy to take the tote somewhere. And so he took it to like an abandoned house and put it out back. And then eventually somebody found it. And that's how this was discovered in October. I covered this case, I believe, in October, like when it first happened.
I didn't even do that to that girl, bro. I didn't. I'm over here trying to clear my name.
Shut the up.
You'll have your time to talk, buddy.
It is heartbreaking.
Good work, boys. Good work.
I was gonna turn myself in.
Yeah. Obviously, it looked like it.
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow was.
It's always tomorrow.
It's always tomorrow.
You had your time, pal.
Well,
You had your time.
today's your time.
Yeah, this is the update,
Yeah.
Moody.
I think it's 9:21. Now you can turn yourself in.
Because they're getting additional charges.
This is my
too.
shoe. I didn't smash on that. I left.
If you were going to turn yourself in, why didn't you stop in New Britain?
Stop right when you guys came.
In New Britain, in Peakscott.
Almost hit 5 people.
When you guys came.
Yeah, when we came.
When you drove off in New Britain.
I drove off. I didn't hit.
Why didn't you stop and turn yourself in then?
People driving out of the way.
You're already right in New Britain. I got it. My head hurts, man. I didn't have to do any of that.
Now, these were the arrests,
His
the
head hurt.
end of the road for the 3 people accused of hiding Mimi's death. But to understand how they got away with it, and for so long, we have to go back. We have to go back to a night when police showed up at their door and had no idea what was inside. This is December 29th, 2024. Police in Farmington, Connecticut get a call to the apartment of Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita. This is a
I don't understand how the police, when they came, did not smell it at all. Because at this point, they believe that she was taken out of school in August of 2024. This is December 2024. They believe that she passed away shortly after they took her out of school. So she had already been passed away a few months when the cops showed up to their house this night.
place where they were living, and they get this call because there's a noise complaint. Now, by the timeline that we have, this is weeks after Mimi had died. Her body, according to the warrants, was in the basement of this home. I want you to watch Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita in this moment.
Hi, how are you? Good. Is everything okay?
They had to have, Sissy.
We got a call. There's a lot of noise coming from your apartment.
They're always called.
Okay.
Everything's good though.
Everyone's all right?
Pregnant.
Is anyone else home with you?
Just the babies and my boyfriend.
Okay. Is your boyfriend here?
Yeah.
Can I speak with him?
Yeah. Babe! Babe!
Right, Max? And they don't get paid enough.
They just want to make sure everything's okay.
You okay?
Yeah,
I'm
someone's
just
taking
pregnant. Just moods, you know.
All right.
Right, they didn't physically
Hello?
see her.
He's coming up.
Well, even children's and families, they wanted to do because they were known to CPS, and they kept telling them, "Oh, because they took her out of school in August because the school had turned them in. So they took her out of school in August. They started homeschooling her, which is a huge red flag in my opinion, especially if you take the kid out of school after you've been reported. That's a huge red flag to me. So they wanted to put their eyes on the child. So she told them that she was homeschooled and she was living out of state. So they did that. They did a FaceTime or a Zoom call with a child, thinking the child was Mimi, and it wasn't even Mimi.
Oh, okay. Might have to come in some more and heat up? Huh? You might have to come in some more and heat up? Hey, how's it going? Good. We just got a call. There's a lot of noises and stuff like that. Everyone's okay?
Yeah, my wife's pregnant, so she just be having mood swings. And I'll be trying to calm her down.
Okay. Things happen.
I'm at the end, so it's difficult.
All right. Well, I haven't met you guys real quick. I'm just gonna write your names down, say I spoke with you, and get out of here. Okay?
Okay. Hi. Say hi, baby.
Everything's okay.
They did follow up, but they did a video call, and it was his little girl.
Yeah. Sometimes the walls are, you live in apartments. Walls are thin sometimes.
Ain't been big competitive since we first moved here, so.
Okay, it's not the first thing we're moving. Okay.
We're actually moving.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because of that. Well, we came from New Britain. It's better over there because we don't have no complaints at all.
Yeah, it's a little bit different area. People are a little less likely to want to call for some noise, stuff like that.
Listen to that. The casual explanation about pregnancy moods, the utter chilling normalcy of how they're communicating with law enforcement. Now, the officers leave. It's a routine call to them at that point. But according to the case, now facing the 3 people charged in Mimi's death, while this friendly conversation is happening at the front door, the child they are accused of killing is decaying in the basement. So how did we get from a missing girl to these 3 arrests? The road to these charges is paved with what police say are lies that slowly unraveled. And it's all documented in the arrest warrants. Now, it starts with Carla Garcia. His first story to police. According to the affidavit, she told New Britain detectives that her daughter was, quote, fine and visiting a friend. Then police say that she blamed her ex-boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, spinning a violent tale. But when the autopsy ruled out that evidence and showed starvation, her story shifted again. She admitted to police, quote, they stopped giving Jacqueline food for about 2 weeks prior to her death. Now, Jonathan Nanita's story, perhaps not surprisingly, it is different. He told police that he was just doing a favor. Quote, Garcia contacted him and asked him to dispose of the tote that was outside her apartment building near the garage. He drove to a nearby cemetery to hide the tote. When asked who was inside, police say, quote, he first stated that he did not know who was in the bin. The officer asked Jonathan Nanita again who was in the bin, and he shrugged and said, quote, I haven't seen Jacqueline. The officer asked if he knew it was Jacqueline, and he nodded yes. Now, he denied any violence, instead saying that he saw, quote, blood all over the walls and just panicked and left. Finally, there is the aunt, Jacqueline Garcia. Police say she initially claimed that she just found out everything was not involved. But when confronted, she confirmed the horrific details. Quote, Jacqueline Garcia confirmed that her niece, Jacqueline, was deprived of food and made to stand in the corner. She confirmed that her sister, Carla, and Carla's boyfriend, Anita, zip-tied Jacqueline as punishment and often kept her in the corner of the room where she would defecate and urinate on herself. Now, even worse, police say she admitted to seeing her niece zip-tied on occasions. All 3 of these defendants remain behind bars. Carla Garcia and Jonathan Nanita are each being held on $5 million bond, and they face charges of murder, conspiracy, cruelty to a child, unlawful restraint, and evidence tampering, plus those new fraud charges for the alleged SNAP scheme. Carla Garcia is due back in court on January 30th. Jacqueline Garcia is being held on $1 million bond on charges of cruelty, unlawful restraint, and risk of injury to a child.
Crazy that the aunt, she was named after the aunt, and the aunt said, yeah, you have to replay Val. It was we did some updates and some new cases. But to me, it's insane that she was named after her aunt, and the aunt admitted that she saw her zip tied and that they would force her to stand in the corner until she would defecate and urinate on herself because she wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom. And then they stopped giving her food 2 weeks before she passed away. Well, obviously, she was already muscle wasting. She was already malnutritioned. She was already in starvation mode. So that means all of her organs were already in starvation mode. And then they went 2 weeks without feeding her or probably giving her anything. So she passed away from that. I mean, her little body was not strong to begin with. And then completely taking that away. And the fact that she had one blueberry in her stomach, that poor baby probably found that blueberry. Who knows? She could have found it on the floor. The fact that she found one tells me that she obviously wasn't given blueberries. She found it somewhere. Yeah, the aunt's in jail too because she kept quiet and she was complicit in it. So she deserves just the same. Exactly. I blame those who didn't tell just as much as the parents. Exactly. I agree with that 100%. January 29th, she would have been turning the big 13. Oh, so sad. Such a sad case. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of True Crime. I will be back. I will be back. Prison is too much. Yeah, one blueberry. Um, I will be back Thursday with another episode of True Crime. So definitely check it out. It'll be at 9 p.m. on Thursday. Yeah, how did the sister? That's what I'm saying, Jax. Clearly, the sister was okay with it, and the sister thought that that was okay. Because you can't tell me if I walked in, my sister would never, but you can't tell me if I walked in my sister's house and I saw them my nieces zip tied. I don't give a shit if it's my sister or not. And again, my sister would never, but if I saw that, sister or not, I am turning them in and I am taking my niece that day. And they're going to have to fight me or unalive me to stop my ass. Like, there's no excuse for her to just be okay with that. There's no excuse. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Thank you guys for the support. And I will see you Thursday at 9 p.m. I have already scheduled the live for the malarkey. So I will see you soon. I'll see you guys Thursday if you don't check it out. Well, he took the one earlier that he had. Somebody sent me one earlier where he was talking about me and it was taken down. So I don't know. But yeah, I'll see you guys.